Do you?
Yeah, my mum's cooking is, unbeatable in my opinion. And when she cooks flying fish, and with rice and curry and the whole thing, I could eat it all day. It's to die for. And obviously in Barbados, the fish, she gets it straight from the fishermen, and it doesn't get better than that.
No, down at Oystons, I've been
That's
there.
It.
And anybody who's never had flying fish, it's a thing to die for over in Barbados.
It is. And actually, even more bizarre is actually seeing flying fish flying. You're in a boat and a school of flying fish go past you. And they're flying. They're literally skimming above the water.
I've never seen that.
Like an odd evolutionary mistake, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's something different. I've had them, and the other thing I eat when I go out there is macaroni cheese or macaroni pie, as you call it.
Yeah.
And I'm a greedy son, so I have the flying fish and the macaroni pie.
Yep.
On the same plate, but never mind.
Yeah, you can't beat it. Really.
What would be your idea of a perfect weekend? If I said to you, you've got this weekend, you're doing nothing, or you what would you do? What would you say is your idea of a perfect weekend?
Well, because I work kind of, I'm constantly, I feel like I am working. Doing nothing for a start is a perfect weekend. The idea of doing nothing and is great for me, but it had to be doing nothing somewhere that's warm and by the sea. So that combination, I guess, I'm back in Barbados again.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also love, like, if I had to just be in Europe, being in the south of France in the summer, one of the quieter places is just lovely. Somewhere that's just quiet.
Do you have a hobby at all, or?
I like playing various racket sports, so even that, going out on a sports weekend, just playing a bit of tennis, badminton, and a little bit of squash.
Yeah.
I actually quite enjoy that. I've got a couple of mates who used to go out for weekends doing that, and it just makes you feel so good,
Yeah. And two silly questions to sort of round off the thing. What's the oddest gift you've ever received from a fan?
The oddest gift?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm
that you can tell us about, of course.
I still am. I mean, the other day I got a jigsaw puzzle of me. So it was my picture, but it was a jigsaw puzzle.
Wow. And,
puzzled I was, but it was still lovely because a gift is still a gift, and you have to be thankful. But
that's
it was
lovely,
odd.
yes.
Yeah, I get stuff like that, and cakes with my picture or album cover, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the strangest thing you've ever read about yourself? Because, I mean, the newspapers are full of interesting stories, lies, whatever you like to call them, exaggerations of the truth. What's the strangest thing you've ever read about yourself?
Well, there's loads, but I remember doing an interview saying that I started gigging with my Encore in jazz clubs and bars in Soho, and then when I saw the actual headline title, it said Roachford learned his trade in sex shops.
Really?
It's a completely
sex shops?
Different slant on.
Oh no!
I said, it's like, no, I didn't learn my trade in sex shops. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
But then, having said that, I used that paper clipping. I had the newspaper on me that day, and I left my passport at home, and I was on my way to Holland. My manager managed to get me to Holland using that as ID. And this was before terrorism. This is like 1989. You couldn't do that now, so don't try this at home, but I did.
No, that is absolutely fabulous. I mean, that's a great story, that, isn't it, really?
It's crazy, yeah. Imagine me in immigration in Amsterdam, and they've got this headline and this picture of me and looking at me, and I'm like, thankfully it was Holland,
Yeah, I mean, do you have any unfulfilled ambitions? Is there an ambition, something you'd like to do that you've not done?
There's a few things. I mean, I'd definitely like to conquer my fear of flying, and that would probably mean jumping off a plane and doing that, with a parachute, of course. I mean, I'm not just going to jump out of a plane. Just to conquer that fear, that's one of the things I'd like to do. And I still haven't been to Brazil, certain places in South America, and played there yet, and I'd love to do that. And I haven't played in West Africa. So it's about travelling as well, places I haven't been to.
I mean, you should try one of those indoor parachuting places. They're fabulous.
Yeah, I know. It's just getting the courage to do it. Because some of my mates have done that. And, I say, how does it feel before you jump? And they're like, it's the most scariest thing you can ever imagine, you know, so I have to sort of man up, you know.
I did it, and you know when you open the car window and you put your arm out during the summer?
Yeah.
It's like that all over your body. It's a hell of a workout. So
wow.
I did it, and I couldn't keep the tongue in my mouth. I did it at the largest one in the world, which was at the time in Bedford. And I think it still is, which is close to me. I had the great pleasure of going there, and it was absolutely fabulous.
Really?
Yeah. Finally, before I let you go, and we'll talk about the gig and also the album. You've been in the music business a fair few years. What would you say the biggest changes have been in the career?
In my career, well, I mean, the music business has massively changed. When I started out, there was those record labels that, you know, young artists could try and pitch their songs at and stuff to get signed. And now there's about 3 major labels, and that's it. You know, and I think we didn't have reality TV and all these artists coming through reality TV, which seems to put the emphasis in a different place. You know, it's not so much about music as it used to be. It's the fame game is where it is, and social media has really changed everything for me. I mean, I'm really kind of still getting my head around it because I'm from a different generation, so to speak, and the idea that people need to know what you've had for breakfast every day. I still like with Twitter and stuff. It's like I'm still trying to get my head around that. You know? It's like people want. It's almost like they want a 3-dimensional whole look into your life on a daily level, and I think, but what is that all about? And I'm still adjusting to that one.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm a similar age group to you. I'm a little bit older than you, and I find this Twitter and the Facebook thing, it's something I've learned over the last couple of years, and it does give you access to artists like yourself, etc. But also, it's, you know, I'm not interested really what somebody's having for breakfast, or, you know, I'm having a cup of coffee in Watford. So what?
I don't do breakfast, so there we go.
Yeah. So I've had mine. You don't fancy doing any of this reality TV? You don't fancy The Jungle or Strictly or anything like that?
No, I mean, I've been approached by some of those things, and I'm definitely like, no, what? No, thank you.
No, it's not for you.
No, thank you.
No, that's good. Well, let's talk about the gig. You're doing one gig in the area. It's Wednesday, the 30th of November, just before the run up to Christmas. So it's a great time. It's at Harpenden Public Halls in Harpenden. And what can we see from you that night, Andrew? Can we see the new album, or can we see some of the hits, or what are you going to offer us on stage?
It's the complete package. I tend to go out there, and obviously I do the songs that people recognise me for, but obviously I've come there to introduce people to the new stuff, and where I'm at now, it's always about current, where you're at, you know, that you can't rest on your laurels. So yeah, it's a bit of both. I mean, but definitely people won't be disappointed. They won't go home thinking, oh, you know, why didn't that? It's a great show.
Yeah, I mean, so we're going to be here, Cuddly Toy, we're going to hear Family Guy, and
I need to be with you the way I feel. We'll do that. This generation,
all those, and some of the hits, some of the tracks on the new album. Well, we mentioned the one that you like, but I say if you want to go and see Andrew, there's the one chance. Roachford is on Wednesday, the 30th of November, Harpenden Public Halls. Tickets 01582 767 525, and I'm going to leave you to introduce the song from your album. The one we talked about a little while ago.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Roachford, and you are going to be listening to Family Affair, my version of the Sly Stone cover.
Thank you very much, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers, man.
Come on now. One child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn. And another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves year ago, but you're still checking each other out. And nobody wants to blow, but nobody wants to be left out. It can't be, 'cause your heart is there, but you sure can't stay, 'cause you've been somewhere else. You can't cry, 'cause you're all broke down, but you're crying anyway, 'cause you're all broke down. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, it's a family affair. All right. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, it's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, yeah. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh yeah, it's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family
Soundtracks at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays plays film music.
Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten me into.
You're good, kid. But as long as I'm around, you're second best. You might as well learn to live with it.
Oh, that's Tony Carty, one of the longest-serving presenters, I think, here on Seclo Sounds. And a great show he does, all about the soundtracks of music. So if you're a big fan of films, that's the show for you tomorrow night. Anyhow, it's what's on in the local area this week. Let's go through. As always, I start off with the Milton Keynes Theatre. And this week I have on, well, it's one of my favourite shows. You may remember it from the film, the Roddy Doyle film, direct from the West End, the smash hit musical, The Commitments. Now, just let's look through the soul classics they'll be playing. Mustang Sally, Try a Little Tenderness, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, You Keep Me Hanging On, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, In the Midnight Hour, Uptight, Reach Out, River Deep, Mountain High, and Knock on Wood, just to name a few. And if they don't get your toes tapping, nothing will. Anyhow, it's there starting tomorrow night and runs right through till Saturday, Tuesday to Saturday 7:30, Wednesday and Saturday matinees 2:30, and they're joined by Kevin Kennedy. You may remember him, Curly Watts from Coronation Street. He's on stage with them, and of course the usual way to get tickets, www.atgtickets.com/Milton Keynes or 0844 871 7652. And then down at the stables over at Wavendon, only a couple of shows this week. Tomorrow night, the first, Steve Harley and his acoustic trio. Steve Harley from Cockney Rebel, Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile. Yeah, he did. He's on there Tuesday. And then Thursday, there's Mid-Years there, but sadly it's sold out. And then on Saturday, Bonfire Night, Nearly Dan are there. Saturday the 5th of November. They're there, causing some fireworks. They're a tribute band to Steely Dan. I say tickets for that, www.stables.org, 01908 280 800. That's 280 800. And now let's go to the Grove in Dunstable. And they've got a great selection of shows on. Thursday the 3rd of November, Frankly Sinatra, Steve Triffitt, the number one Frank Sinatra impressionist. He's there on Thursday. Then Friday night, Magic of Motown, one of my favourite shows. I've seen this a few times. The Magic of Motown